Well, hello, our little lifers. I'm Mark.
And I'm Donna, and welcome to the channel. Who wants to have dinner with us?
Exactly.
Who wants to make dinner with us? Come on, because I could use the help.
We're starting simple today. We're going to make shrimp tacos. So what we're going to do is Donna's going to make a homemade mayonnaise, and then she's going to make a Remoulade sauce, and I'm going to make the Jalapeño Coleslaw and the guacamole.
Yes.
And so this is going to be pretty cool.
I know. With chicken eggs from the chickens.
Go at it.
All right. We cook dinner pretty much every day.
Yeah.
I am usually, you know what? I'm going to save these whites and feed them to the dogs.
Yeah, don't forget, and the dogs and the chickens.
We cook dinner together on the weekends. So if you guys have a significant other, do you ever cook together? I'm usually the head chef during the week. And you know what? We're just going to start throwing things together and not sit here and talk about the exact recipe, because we're going to put the recipe in the description to everything, to the mayo and to the Remoulade sauce and the, I think guac for me is just sort of all about however much you like.
Yeah, we don't really.
Yeah, we
do things by taste.
Yeah.
And little silly things like the jalapeno coleslaw. I cut the cabbage up different every time. It just depends on what you're in the mood for.
I think with baking, this is why I don't bake a lot. There just seems to be more rules to baking. Like you kind of need to be a little more specific, and we tend to not be specific.
And also, for the record, we try to eat healthy as best we can, but every once in a while, you got to have a little bit of sugar, especially in the slaw.
Oh, you know what I don't have is vinegar, so I will be back. You need to get out of the way.
And y'all just bear with us. We're just winging this. We just cooking.
We're just cooking. And
I always what I'll do is I'll take the mayonnaise and the lemon juice and kind of pre-mix it with the sugar, and then I'll put the jalapenos, and I'll put the slaw in later. And then adjust the taste accordingly.
Oh, I've got my big Costco.
Your what?
Jug of
vinegar.
We go to Costco.
It works. And a lot of times we will.
I'm not going to be able to do this without sloshing it everywhere.
A lot of times we will put on Pandora or something, but copyright strikes, so no music, just us breathing and talking.
I'm spilling this. But
that's all right.
Whoop. I know. Speaking of that, I'll get people say to me sometimes on my chicken channel, the Coop Scoop, when I'll make a video with the chickens out in the yard, like, I want to hear just the chickens. My neighbors play music 24 hours a day.
Sometimes they do karaoke, and it's not good.
Yeah, they do karaoke. I will give them this. They have the widest range of taste in music of anybody I've ever seen, because they will literally have on the most hardcore rap music one minute and it'll be John Denver the next. It's just like,
kind of weird not having music, isn't it? We always
have music on when we're cooking. I need this.
Yeah, I can't do that. I need the mayonnaise, so when you get done with that,
you need to make the guac then, sir.
I shall. See how bossy she is?
Mm-hmm. It's because he's my sous chef.
She's abusive. Yeah. Don't tell anybody.
He smack you upside the head.
You think we got any eggs?
Honestly, it's kind of sad.
It is, yeah, seriously. Like
these women out there in the yard, they are not doing their job. What am I looking
went
for?
From getting 18 to 22 a day on average to like 2 and 3. So
they're slacking.
They are slacking. And the quail, since you moved them,
I moved our quail around and shuffled them around a little bit, and they all stopped playing except one. But yesterday, for the first time, I got one more. Y'all, sorry, we just got everything all over the place, so I'm trying to find it.
What are you looking for?
Everything.
Oh.
I've got my.
So the way we came about this, and we'll be doing a brisket video, and where we got these ideas and recipes from. What was the name of that taco place? Taco Del?
No, The still taco.
No, the Taco del Sol.
Taqueria del Sol or Taquero del Sol. I don't know what it is.
But that's where we got the idea for the Remoulade sauce. We kind of hijacked their recipe.
Yes.
Because they had the brisket tacos, so we'll be doing a brisket taco video.
Those brisket tacos are literally, what else do I need?
Oh, they're the best.
Yeah, they are good. I know. I used to do dog rescue. Let's put a little bit more of that. And one of the rescue ladies told me, when you go into Atlanta, which is a little trek, you got to go stop by this taco place and get their brisket taco. And I was just like, I went, and then I told Mark, I was like, you got to go with me. Like, this is the best place I have ever been. And
so we got the recipe from that. Donna's always good, just like this mayonnaise. She's always good about making her version of it to where it is healthier. There's less ingredients, and it tastes good.
Because then you can kind of just tweak things if you need a little more of this, a little more of that, some more salt, whatever.
Well, and still, when you start looking at all the ingredients in the bottle stuff, it kind of freaks you out a little bit.
But I also do a lot of things that are fast. I like to save time sometimes. If I've got time, I'm not worried about it. But if I'm trying to save time, then no, I'm not going to be doing this. But this is literally like a couple of minutes.
But yeah, we're going to get all this put together, then put it in the fridge to marry. And then we will come back and do the tacos. So we'll spend a few more minutes here with this, and then we'll let you guys go and come back and we'll finish the tacos.
Let's get this in here. I do have it plugged in, I hope. You know what I am missing?
What do you miss?
I think do I need garlic? No, I don't think so. No, the garlic is
Turning it in mayonnaise. It tastes right.
It's delicious. All right. See if I can take this out without making a big mess.
I don't know about that. You want a bowl to stick it in? Okay. Are you done with it, or?
I am done with it.
You're unplugging. I'll put it in the sink. Got it.
Wait. Okay. Yeah.
We're not having company, so I'll just rake it in here.
Yeah. We did wash our hands. Yesterday.
After you pick the chicken up.
After I picked the chicken. It is unplugged.
But for real, as far as we said we're going to be talking about, just marriage and stuff we've learned over the years, and not like we're perfect or anything, but it's little things like this I think are important. That if you and your significant other don't do things like this, give it a whirl. Just start talking, be friends.
Yeah, like through the week, I'm the one that cooks, but on the weekend, Mark actually usually cooks on the weekend.
Oh, and I've got a Blackstone grill,
yeah,
so we'll definitely be doing some of those, especially when the weather's nice.
The good thing about the griddle is it's so big. You can make an entire breakfast on it. You can make stir fry on it. That's just, Camden is right behind you.
Right.
You can do that. I mean, it's just so awesome. All right, now I'm going to make my remoulade sauce. So I got to actually look up my recipe for this because there's a lot of ingredients. Okay, it's on my iPad, so hopefully it won't keep trying to go out on me. Well, I just took my cup away from me. Let me get another one.
Some of these avocados are weird. Look at this is one of these rubbery looking.
Yeah.
We got a batch of them from Costco, and sometimes they're weird.
I see people online talking about
fake food.
Fake food, yeah, like it is. It's like it's not real. All right, we are making some remoulade sauce. I think I'm going to make a half batch though, because we don't need that much for this one meal. So, but I will put the recipe in the description with the full, because there's just the two of us here. I had a big old family with a bunch of kids. Speaking of kids, I have a son, and he lives in Florida, and he got hit with
both
yeah, with all the hurricanes, and it completely flooded his house. And when I was there visiting with him last time, he hadn't bought the house that long ago, and so he was in the process of renovating it because he finally was able to buy a house on the water. And God love him. He was in the beginning of the reno when we were there. And so I said, you know, I can't wait to see what you do with it and everything. And he said, it's going to take me a long time. So, you know, I talk to him all the time, and he did not, you know, I'll say, how's the house going? And he would say, you know, like, oh, pretty slow, you know, getting this done, getting that done. But, you know, it's just hard to do when you work full time. So I said to him, you know, are you going to leave when the hurricane's coming? And he was like, no, you know, he's been in Florida for a long time. And he's like, no, Mom, I'm not, I'm going to stay here. And so, you know, of course I was worried about him being there. And he said, I got to look at my recipe, y'all. So he said, after the fact, I was getting the literal blow by blow, and it was awful because he's saying, you know, well, my neighbor's house is flooded. And then, his house sat literally like slightly higher than his neighbor's. And so he sends me pictures. I mean, his neighbor's backyard she had chairs outside. It was to the bottoms of the chairs, the seat. So I was like, oh my gosh, his house, the water was still not even at yet. And then he's like, it's at the swimming pool. And then the next, you know, text is, it's at the back door. And then the next text is him walking through his house in like 4 inches of water. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so then the next text, he just said, I'm just going to try to deal with this. And it was like midnight at that point. And so I said, okay, you know, just let me know tomorrow. So he sent me a text, and he said it ended up coming up about 14 inches into the house. And I mean, it ruined everything. There was nothing near the water. Like, he showed me his cabinets after he pulled his kitchen cabinets out. And I mean, they were just literally covered in mold. So right now he is living in a completely empty, gutted house. I just texted with him, and he said, I've got a grill. He goes, basically, I'm glad. So he's gotten every, you know, like the sheetrock and everything out of it. So it's a mess.
What do you do with his boat?
Boat is fine, actually. It's beside the house, so it somehow survived everything. We don't have any lemons, so we're just lemon juicing it. Normally, I like to have a little fresh lemon, but I don't have one. I guess I could tell you guys what I'm putting in here, but so far we've got mustard, mayo, whole grain mustard, ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, lemon juice. What do I need? This stuff is so good. This remoulade sauce, you can put it on these kind of tacos. It tastes delicious if you ever make like ahi tuna, like the raw tuna that you just sear.
We haven't done that in a while.
We haven't done that in a while. You're right.
We kind of go through phases.
I know. All right, I need
stuff.
Celery. Yeah, we do. We kind of go through phases where we do all kinds of different things. I love that though. Let me just tell you guys about my week last week while I'm doing this. And you know, I'm not usually a complainer.
No, you're not.
So many things.
You're always.
Okay, so Hamden he's down here, and y'all can't see him. My little Chihuahua. If you watch my chicken channel, you've seen him. He is old. He's 18. Poor little guy. He got sick last week. You know, and when they're that old, you know, it's not like, oh, Hamden maybe ate something in the yard. You're thinking, is this it? You know, is he?
Well, he died twice within a week. Tell me.
Oh my gosh. I mean, well, the
like
thing,
legit.
And excuse me for even talking about this, because some people are squeamish, but if he, and this has been him his entire life, if he ever throws up, I don't know what is wrong and with him, but he can't just throw up unless it's total liquid. So if he begins to throw up, it always 100% of the time just sticks in his throat, and then he just goes down and he's dead. And I have had to Heimlich maneuver him and save him several times. So he threw up a couple times. He just really felt puny, not good. So I didn't know, what the heck was going on with him. And
taste that. See if you want anything. I think the onion kind of got a little. Good.
That would slap your husband or your mama.
Don't slap me.
Good. So he was feeling kind of puny. So I was worried about him. 100% of the time, if anything's going to happen to our dogs, it's going to be in the middle of the night or late, or on a Sunday where there's nothing but the emergency vet. So I wasn't going to rush him to the vet because I know that most likely they're going to not know why he's throwing up, and they're going to charge me $500 to say, give him something that I probably already had at home. So I did not take him to the vet at that moment. So the next day he was feeling a little bit better, but that night while he was feeling puny.
Are you done with this?
Yes, we were watching TV and he was laying on the end of the sofa, and he all of a sudden jumped up like he was going to be sick. And so I jumped up and ran him out the door. And at his age, I don't think I'm going to need all of this. He has gotten older and, he's a little dementia kooky. And so he has started, if I take him out the door to the back bedroom, which is where he automatically wants to go. If I take him out that door, he will go off the porch, come back up on the porch, and come on in the house. Now all of a sudden he'll get up onto the landing of the porch and he just takes a hard left, which just goes over the edge of the porch. So I'm always having to be ready for that now because he's just, I don't know what it is. So that night I took him out and he just had to go potty. Brought him back in, and as we're coming up onto the screened porch, which is a large porch, he just decided to take a hard left right in front of me. And in order to not step squarely on his back and kill him, I took a hard left with him to try to step up. Where are we going? Yeah, we were going left. And I hit my pinky toe and broke it.
Here's the question. Did you cuss?
I didn't. I did the whole, that sort of thing. And I came back in the house and Mark goes, what? And I was like, I just broke my pinky. I had broken this pinky toe, I don't know, 5 times? Yeah. I mean, at this point, I'm surprised it doesn't just jump off my body or something and go like, I give up. But so by the next morning, it was beautiful, all black and blue and swollen up. And, I can't really put it in a shoe. It actually doesn't feel that bad now. I think my toe's gotten so used to being broken. It's like, I've got this. So while that was going on, in my sleep at some point after Camden being sick and my toe getting broken, I bit the inside of my lip in my sleep. And I always think when I do that, like, why am I chewing? Am I eating a spider or something, So I don't know why I was chewing anything in the middle of the night, but I ended up trying to be so careful not to bite my mouth again that I bit my tongue. So it has been, I have had to kind of talk about this all week and it's just not been fun. Mark's probably glad because I haven't been able to talk very much. I
have to give a shout out to these. These are, they're called cowboy candy jalapenos that Donna can.
What else do I need?
Are they called cowboy candy? So they're a candied jalapeno. I'm addicted to these things.
What else do I need?
But that's what I'm putting. As far as the jalapeno coleslaw, everything's to taste. So when she puts the ingredients to all this in the description, just adjust it to taste. So
whatever you like.
Do the slaw without the jalapeno. So it doesn't matter. So do it however you want.
There are no rules.
There is not.
Slaw. There are no rules to guacamole. And, that's the thing. A lot of people there's a thing, people either despise cilantro or they love it. Like there's no in between. And I did read something that said there's something to do with your taste buds or something that will make it taste like soap.
That's good. I need a little bit more mayonnaise in there.
A little bit.
So when we get done with this and this is posted, and like I said later on when we get sometimes we'll be bad and do the fried shrimp tacos, but tonight we're going to do the lemon garlic pan seared shrimp. So if you ever try any of these recipes, let us know.
Yeah, we want to know your opinion. All right, let's stir this up and see how it's.
All right, anything else? Salt, sugar, lemon juice.
Maybe a little lemon juice, a little bit of salt.
And I like more things salty, so she has to see if I don't over salt to her taste because I like things salty.
It's good. All right. Now we are going to pop these things into the fridge and let all these flavors marry together.
And then we'll be back.
We'll be right.
You want to go hit the button. All right. Let's get the shrimp to going. I always just put a little butter in the pan. I always like to cook it on, I guess, low to medium because when you put the garlic in, for those of you that may or may not know, the garlic does burn fairly easily, and you don't want that.
Yeah, and we usually like to use fresh garlic when we do something like this, but we didn't. We're having to use our Costco. They recently opened a Costco near us that's like a super Costco, and we're a little obsessed with it.
How do you not be obsessed with Costco?
That's where I do most of my shopping.
But like I said, you can do these fried. If you want to fry them, sometimes we do that.
That's why I like to do meals like this, because you can honestly cook them with whatever seasoning you want. You can put whatever you want on them. You know, if you want them with cheese on them, you could do that.
I guess I shouldn't have put the camera there because the seasoned salt's in there. You can move it.
I will move it out of your way.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think we both like to have slaw on our tacos like this because it just has that little crunch to it.
Yeah.
Textures, yes. And
So
we need to definitely make a video with us, you making filet. Listen, I'm telling you, Mark can make a steak better than any restaurant I've ever been to.
I used to, my favorite way of doing it was on the charcoal grill.
Yeah.
And then we heard about the sous vide.
Yeah.
And it sounded gross at first.
Yeah, and if you've never cooked any meat like that, it doesn't sound like it's going to come out good. It is literal perfection.
And if you don't know what it is, you're basically cooking your food in a water bath. You put it in a bag.
Yeah. So your piece of meat is not literally sitting in water.
Right.
It sounds really disgusting.
But you can do it with any cut of steak you want.
Yeah.
We prefer the filet. And then we cook it at 130. Then it's 130 all the way through, and then you sear it, and it's good to go.
Perfect. I'm suggesting that so I can.
Is that a hint?
So yes.
So yeah, do you guys do you want the brisket video to be the next one, or do you want the filet dinner to be the next one? So let us know.
Filet. This is subliminal message.
It will be, and the brisket can be, when we do the brisket, it's a multi-meal.
Yeah, because when we buy a brisket, we'll usually buy the whole brisket so that it is less per pound. And I will make several totally different dishes with it. Yeah.
And
so
then
you don't feel like you're eating the same thing over and over again.
And then with the leftovers, we can actually freeze the brisket and you got quick tacos the next time.
That's the easiest thing to make to be so delicious.
Oh man. So yeah, brisket or filet dinner. The vote wins, right?
Yeah, the vote wins.
Don't be whispering.
So, I don't want to influence anybody.
And if you don't like these videos, let us know. Who doesn't like food videos though, right?
Yeah, we're not exactly professionals with those
As you can
expensive
tell.
cameras and all the fancy angles and stuff like that, but
we can do what we want.
we can do what we want, exactly. That is what I usually say. Ain't nobody policing us.
All right.
You through with that, boo?
I use.
That is another time saver. Cleaning as you go. I have chickens to take care of. I can't be in the kitchen all day. My girls need me.
Speaking of which, didn't you put a new video up today on
I did.
Coop?
I did. It's just the
little
chicken.
time lapse.
The chickens out there.
Of the time lapse. My tongue of the chickens. So I like for this to kind of get a little bit of a thickened type glaze on it. Is that what you call it?
Maybe.
Sounds good, right?
Yeah, sounds good. You sound professional.
All right. If you want to pause that sucker, we'll plate up some tacos and have us a bite.
All right. All right. The shrimp is off and ready to eat. And we're just going to load these things up with the things we love.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's what I love. The Remoulade Sauce has got such a good flavor. All those things combined. I don't think guacamole tastes bad on anything.
No, how do you go wrong with guacamole?
Yeah. All right. We're going to let you guys know if it's delicious. Not.
I think you guys try it. You will be hooked. All right, this was obviously the first episode of Cooking with Mark and Don on our little life. All right, here we go.
Give it a
First
taste.
bite. That is good stuff. All right, guys. Well, there is our garlic shrimp tacos as I'm smacking in your ear. Thanks for your support. We appreciate everybody. Thank you for subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next episode.
And we're going to go finish these tacos
with Mark and Donna Little. So everybody have a blessed rest of your weekend. Check you later.
See ya.